Welcome to One Cup on Tea. The gypsy rover came over the hill and down to the valley so shady. He whistled and he sang till the green woods rang, and he won the heart of a lady. Now, that's an old song that I went and learned years ago when I was in school. And there was one guy in the class and he could whistle. And so when it came to the chorus, he was whistling while the rest of us were singing the chorus. But the thing that really struck me is, here's this guy and he's coming and he's walking along, and the next thing is he's singing and he's whistling till the green woods rang. And I have come to the conclusion that when it comes to singing, well, or even whistling for that matter, isn't it amazing how the world has fallen silent? That we don't hear people singing, we don't hear people whistling anymore. Everyone is tuned in to whatever they're tuned into, but we didn't share it with the world. Or maybe the modern day songs are just not singable, or, maybe they're not whistleable. I don't know what the exact word is, but you know what I mean? That suddenly there is nothing there. I've been going through a clock, 1 hour of prayer that changes the world, and 5 minutes of that segment is singing. Now, on the clock, what I've been doing is when I go for a walk, I go off and walk with the Lord, as it goes and Adam and Eve did in the garden. But I have to confess that I feel unable to go and sing, like there's a weight upon me, to actually sing out loud. I have no problem chatting away to the Lord out loud, but when it comes to singing, well, that's not so easy. When I'm just walking along the road, someone might hear me singing praise to God. It reminds me of a song that I used to listen to, which was called Song in My Soul. And it was by an a cappella group called AVB. You put a song in my soul, and I want to let it out because the Spirit of the Lord, it makes me want to shout. I'm moved to sing with every beat of my heart. You put a song in my soul when you made me. Now, if I was to stop up and go and ask you this question, what is the song that is in your soul right now? Would it be one of praise to God? Is it one that's the blues? Is it one that's where a person is feeling depressed? It's a sad song? Is it a dirge? What type of song is in your soul? Do we actually stop up and consider what may be the song of our soul? Delirious, when they were on the go, they went and said that they could sing of God's love forever. I could sing of your love forever, they sang. Yet the band came to a point where it disbanded. Are they still singing of God's love forever? Chorus taken from Scripture. I will sing unto the Lord as long as I live. I will sing praise unto my God while I have my being. Would we? That's a question that I ask myself. Is that really the case? Is there a song in my soul? It's lashing rain outside. Even the ducks went and had a look and they were like, forget that. What's the song of your soul? Is it that this is still the day that the Lord has made? Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Even though it's raining, you wouldn't put the wheel of a bike out, as they would go and say, not the wheel of a bike. What's the song of your soul? Psalm 30, David is writing, and he's going through a rough time. But it's a song that's for the dedication of the temple. But listen to what he says. I will exalt you, Lord, for you lifted me out of the depths and did not let my enemies gloat over me. Lord my God, I called to you for help and you healed me. You, Lord, brought me up from the realm of the dead. You spared me from going down to the pit. Then he goes in an exhortation for everyone. Sing the praises of the Lord, you his faithful people. Praise his holy name. For his anger lasts only a moment, but his favour lasts a lifetime. Stop up now a second. Do you know the favour of God that lasts a lifetime? Do I know the favour of God that lasts a lifetime? If I did, maybe that would put the song in my soul, would it not? Maybe then I would be able to go and be singing his praises when David goes and exhorts me to. Then he goes and he says, weeping may stay for the night, but rejoicing comes in the morning. Look at the song as it goes and says, it'll be easier in the morning. When I felt secure, I said, I will never be shaken. Lord, when you favoured me, you made my royal mountain stand firm. But when you hid your face, I was dismayed. And there's the dilemma that David is having. What dilemma are you going through? Do you know the presence of God? Do you know the closeness of God? Do you know the reality of God right there with you? Then David got to this point. He goes and says, to you, Lord, I cried. To the Lord I cried for mercy. What is gained if I am silent? If I go down to the pit? Will the dust praise you? Will it proclaim your faithfulness? Hear, Lord, and be merciful to me. Lord, be my help. Is that your song? Is the song of your heart, Lord, help me? What is the song of your heart today? Maybe your song is that, well, God don't care about me anyway. He ain't here. Not true, but that may be how you're thinking. You turned my wailing into dancing. You removed my sackcloth and clothed me with joy, that my heart may sing your praise and not be silent. Lord my God, I will praise you forever. And that's where he finishes the psalm. Today, whether it is wet, and even those ducks wouldn't even go and put their nose out, as I went and said, or you wouldn't put out the wheel of bike. You know, 'tis one of those days that when you put the clothes on the line, they're getting wetter now than when they were in the washing machine. But the question still remains, what's the song in your soul? Are you someone today and you know that the Lord has clothed you with joy? You know, I have to say, I think it's a sad day, and I'm speaking about myself. I think it's a sad day that I've come to a point that I can't walk down the road and whistle a tune. I can't go and sing at the top of my voice and give God the praise and glory that's due his name, because I'd be afraid of what other people might be thinking about me. And maybe I'm not alone. Maybe you're the same. Maybe that's where you're at. Would that go and classify myself as being someone who's ashamed of what God has done for me? No, I have no problem talking about the Lord and sharing all that and talking to people about Jesus. So why? Why can't I sing? Why can't you sing? Can you actually go and say what the psalmist goes and says here? That my heart may sing your praises and not be silent. Lord my God, I will praise you forever. In the circumstances that you find yourself in today, do you recognize and realize that you're clothed with joy if you know the Lord? He has clothed you with joy, and he has placed a song in your soul. Why? Why sing? Do you know, Paul goes and says that we should encourage and exhort one another with spiritual songs, hymns and psalms. When you sing, you edify others. When you're singing praises to God, you edify their soul. But let me ask you a question one more time. What is the song of your soul?